What is up, everybody? Welcome to Party on Broad. Ryan, our first mock for the 2025 NFL Draft is today. He is Ryan Reese. Go give him a follow on X at Philly Sports PSA. What's good, Ryan?
Not much, man. I am ready to do this. I have been thinking about this for a while. I think we all. I think the deeper you dive into the draft, the more the more you get involved, and I feel like we missed out on certain positions last year, and with everything that they've done so far this offseason, it's I still find things that I would still like to add to this team. So,
Yep.
this perfect way to fix that in my brain.
Absolutely. And it is so early. I'm looking at the season rankings for PFF, and they're all going to change. So much is going to change. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to look back at these shows in about 9 months from now. But let's jump right into this thing. Of course, guys, if you're watching us live, comment with us. Let us know your thoughts and grades for each of our picks. And just want to throw it out there. This is the first dueling mock draft show. Ryan kicked my ass last season, and I'm coming back for redemption in 2025.
Redemption tour, baby.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're using PFF's mock draft simulator. Thank you, PFF. I don't know what we would do without you. We're doing 3 rounds, and we're going to throw all of our settings straight down the middle. Just to give more variability, and we're going to go pick by pick, compare and contrast my pick versus Ryan's. I'll lead us off. Let's do this thing, Ryan. This probably will be a quick show.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they only gave us three rounds of options so far. So.
All right, let's skim through what we saw here. At the top of the draft, Mason Graham, number 1.
Wow.
Luther Burden, the 3rd, out of Missouri, number 2. T-Mac, wide receiver. So back-to-back wide receivers there. Will Johnson, number 4. That's a good one. Connor Wegman sneaking up as QB1 in this draft. I like it. That's a little bit of a surprise, but I like it.
Sure.
Nick Scorton, Deion Walker, very, very good prospects. Going through some other things. James Pierce Jr. falling a little bit. He's widely considered a top 5 pick. Benjamin Morris. I feel like the Steelers got a steal there out of Notre Dame.
It looks like Indy with Pierce and Laiatu are building that line. Up pretty good.
Yep. All right. So the Eagles are on the clock here at pick 26. This is a no-brainer. For me, I'm going best player available on the defensive line. Josh Sweat's in a contract year, and I'm just going to add more guys to that defensive line to rush the passer. And I think Michael Williams is an uber talent. He's an extremely good athlete. He's got really good size, around like 6'5", and he's from Georgia. I mean, this is just a no-brainer home run selection. Give me Williams out of Georgia here for pick number 26.
Yeah, that's a good one. Obviously we are going to be focusing on the defense if we can here. So let's go ahead and I'll bring mine up. Again, mine are kind of all in the middle here. I'll flip mine down to fast there. Start her up.
Let's go. I don't know. I like my first round pick, man. I'm good. I'm good, man.
Yeah.
You don't know how these things will turn out. And we didn't have to make a move. We stayed at 26, and we got a really good player.
Yeah. So let's quick. Malachi Starks going number 1. Graham falling to 5 to the Giants. Washington takes a tackle. Travis Hunter. Pierce. Yeah, Pierce looked 12. Yeah, that's weird. That is interesting.
He's being comped to Will Anderson, man. That's how dynamic he is. So
just missing out on Harold Perkins, who goes to Miami. Definitely would have pulled the trigger there. Anybody who knows me. No,
We have Big Sarge in the house saying tackle, edge, and tight end. Imani says go Birds, go Birds. Safety from Georgia. Where did he go? Malachi Starks. How high did he really go number one?
He got number one, yeah. Oh, right there.
When's the last time a safety went number one?
I don't think it's ever
happened. I can't imagine.
Yeah, right. All right, so just looking kind of quickly at my board here. A couple of edge to look at.
I like Abdul Carter quite a bit.
Yeah, Abdul Carter, Jack Sawyer, two very good options. JT as well.
Landon Jackson's
Jackson,
seven edge rusher.
Yeah, that's pretty. Those are pretty nice. Princely,
he's a great athlete.
Denzel Burke is a good one. I like as well for corner. Yeah, nobody's really kind of.
Antonio saying defensive lineman from Penn State. Did Danny Dennis Sutton go? Can you? I don't know. A lot of running backs there too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was weird.
That's interesting. 3 running backs.
It doesn't look like.
So, yeah, Abdul Carter, not the biggest guy. He's switching to edge this year. He played linebacker previously for the Nittany Lions, so we'll see what he is at. Coming off the edge, but he's kind of a Parsons-esque type of athlete, and he's an immense talent.
Yeah.
Eric Carter.
Listen,
he was a first-round pick in last year's draft.
Last year, yeah. Listen, I do love these top 3 options here. I just don't. Again, I just don't think we would ever do that. But, but yeah, I mean, I got to go Carter here.
Okay.
I think we really do need to kind of rebuild this line. You obviously are losing Brandon Graham, Sweat. We don't know what's going on. No Williams. We don't know what's going on. So you really have the 2 guys in the middle, and hopefully Hunt and Huff, and now they have Abdul Carter adding to the mix. So hopefully. Hopefully we can kind of rebuild this to a beard line that we were just a couple of years ago. So,
oh yeah.
Do you want me to go with my 2 and then you go your 2?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right. So let's see.
Antonio likes your Carter pick.
Thank you, Antonio. So just kind of looking. In the second one, Quinn Ewers to Pittsburgh. Yeah, they need a quarterback. Jack Sawyer fell all the way to 45. Donovan Jackson. That's a nice guard. I like. Gabriel Davis. There's some good talent that fell into the second here. But let's just say, oh man, Denzel Burke. Oh. I do love me. I mean, listen, we rebuilt our. Hopefully, we're helped to rebuild our defensive backfield. So I don't feel like going Denzel Burke here would probably be the smartest move. But maybe do we go tight end?
Tight end's a good choice.
Let me see who else, just in case, because
I know where I'm going. There's some solid tight ends there. That top 5 is pretty interesting.
I'm between Evans and Lachey.
I would go Mitchell Evans.
Yeah, I do like him. Again, still very early in kind of my looking into the tight end, but I feel like it has to be an important thought process for this Eagles team in this next draft. So why not add a tight end? You figure you get with Dallas Goedert, squeeze as much as we can out of Goddard, and move kind of what we've been doing the last 2 decades with our tight end. So
yeah, and it's time to get a guy with tight end 1 upside, and I think Mitchell Evans is going to be climbing up the boards with Riley Leonard at Notre Dame now, transferring from Duke. That is going to be a really going to boost his draft stock. I expect big things from Mitchell Evans this year. Antonio says tight end or offensive tackle.
Oh, I'm nailing it with Antonio today.
Yeah, so I honestly would have gone Mitchell Evans as well. He's also on my board, but for the sake of being different, I'm going to skim through this and see who else is available. There's some very nice wide receivers available.
Yeah, there's my boy Trey Harris.
Trey Harris is very nice.
This is tough doing. It's tough doing it this early because we don't know that much about them, and they're this upcoming season. Obviously before they go into the draft, will really solidify a lot. One way or the other about each prospect. So it's tough doing this preseason, but a lot of options.
The guy I'm going to go with is not as high on that PFF, but I think he's going to be a first round pick. I'm going to go to defensive tackle. We're going to keep loading up the defensive line.
Let's go.
And I like both of these guys. Howard Cross III. I have a scouting report dropping on him at 2:00. But the guy I like a lot, and I don't know why he's at 89, is Walter Nolan.
Yeah,
out of Ole Miss. He's just an absolute beast. 6'4". He can play inside. He can play outside. He's a really good pass rusher. Just an immense talent. And if I'm Howie Roseman, I'm injecting as much raw talent as possible onto that defensive line because the secondary is loaded, and I just want to inject youth because probably Milt Williams is going to be out of their price range next offseason, as well as Josh Sweat. Who knows with him? Saying quarterback.
Yeah, Barbara's clearly trolling here. Get out of here. All right. No, I mean, listen, you get another D tackle here. You're assuming at this point that yes, Milton Williams is gone. This is kind of like a Jordan Davis insurance pick. Yeah. Just in case he's, just average. Again, I don't think he's going to be necessarily like a terrible player. I just think at worst, maybe he's just a guy. Yeah. And you bring in somebody like that, which that was a steal getting him. In the second round. I don't see how he's not a first rounder, but
I'm right there with you.
So yeah, two really good picks helping that line.
I'm looking at Jamon Dumas Johnson. I was really high on him last year, but he returned.
Yeah,
that would be an interesting selection. Skimming through here, we have Nick Singleton, really nice player. But I got to get a tackle. I'm going offensive tackle for the Birds. 3rd round seems about right. Wyatt Millam out of West Virginia. Haven't covered him yet. Definitely on the to-do list. But give me BPA at the tackle spot, and we're going to roll on. I'll throw it to you after this.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
I was going to say, I forgot we had an extra third. So, yeah, go do that.
You want me to do that now?
Yeah, just do it now. I mean, you're right there.
Cool. All right. I have my last pick here in round 3. I'm going through here. I'm not picking a quarterback. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Barbara.
We've addressed the defensive line. We've addressed the tackle spot. So we've been in the trenches the first few picks here. Let me skim through what's available.
Man, there's some really nice names there for 3rd rounders. Huh? Did I just see a Temple guy there? Surprised the screen didn't come to a halt.
Caden Prescorn is a really good tight end. He's going to climb up the big boards, I promise you.
Ole Miss, man, they're going to have an offense this year. I'll tell you that.
They're loaded. Donovan Edwards is nice.
Patrick Payton. You already got an edge.
I'm gonna go with this guy. I'm gonna go with Jamon Dumas Johnson. Give me a linebacker. He can cover a little bit. He's got good size, and I feel like I've hit some pretty big areas of need. In terms of safety, some of the safeties that I like were gone. That was definitely in my thought. Oh my God, I got an F for Walter Nolan. That's ridiculous.
That's criminal. That is criminal. That might be your best pick.
All right. We'll talk about it after you're done.
All right. Okay. I did honestly. I forgot that they had an extra third round this year. That's fantastic. How he just always thinking. Yeah, I cannot believe they have.
That was my take. Was like when I did my first deep dive, like and we've already covered the top 10 defensive linemen in this draft, preseason wise. And it's so loaded. There's so much quality at defensive line in this draft that I'm shocked that Howie didn't even add another first rounder for 2025. 2024. He loves himself some, high talent edge rushers, no doubt. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Honestly. Oh man, I would have taken Andrew Mukuba.
He's good, man.
Yeah. But I'm targeting. I was really hoping this guy was going to still be there, and honestly, I don't. I think he, again, should probably be more of a second rounder. Munden Jr. from Georgia, linebacker. We need help. We need help in his linebacker position, and I know it's never going to be a first rounder. But the hope is, second, third round. Try to add a guy that turns into a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just need some help. So I'm going with the Georgia linebacker. And then the next position I'm going to look at is definitely safety here. And there you go. Another Dion kid that is getting drafted. And how funny is that? Malachi Moore.
And there's also Malachi Starks for Georgia. Yeah. Malachi Moore, I feel like, has been in college forever. I feel like I've been talking about Malachi Moore forever.
Yeah. No, agreed. Man.
Bear Alexander is a big name that could climb up the boards. He was a 5-star recruit, went to Georgia, then transferred to USC last year, or I guess 2 off seasons ago, and that USC defense was god awful. But he's a massive athlete, 6'5", kind of dude.
Yeah, I love how all these quarterbacks are just kind of sitting there. It's kind of the way it works. Man, there are some.
I think Cam Ward has potential to be a first-round pick, and he's sitting there. Tez Johnson's nice.
Yeah, I was just looking at him too, and there's a lot of really, really nice players here. It's gonna be fun. I'm definitely feeling that I'm gonna probably. Oh, geez. I'm not gonna pronounce his name, but geez, he's ranked 129th. I think he'll be moving up that board. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm not gonna embarrass myself by trying that name. But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with a position here that Antonio was talking about from the beginning, and that's safety. And I'm gonna go with Rod Moore from Michigan. I think for third round, I think that's a pretty good value for him. And it's a clear need regardless of who's playing where and what and this, that, and the other. Oh man, that killed me. D- on my Monday, my third round, and my C+. Oh man. At least I got a B. Oh, I should have drafted.
I got an F, and my grade is better than yours.
Yeah, what's your overall grade?
I got an A for Michael Williams, an F for Walter Nolan, a B+ for Wyatt Millam, and a D- for Jamon Dumas Johnson, and that is a B-.
Wow, well, I got a C+. Apparently, instead of drafting a linebacker, the Eagles should have drafted a quarterback out of Arizona, Noah Fifita. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, PFF. Hey, listen, we got it. It's early. You got to get your stuff right here, but crazy rankings and crazy grades here.
That's what's fun about this.
Yeah. No, but yeah,
I will know.
I love your draft here because you hit 4 super important needs, regardless of how we think this player or that player or whatever. You grabbed an edge. We're going to clearly need more D line. You've got another interior D lineman because there's going to be a lot of changes on that line. You got a tackle, always going to be a need. There's always going to be the Lane Johnson effect until it actually happens. And then you got another linebacker to kind of throw in the mix, and hope to God one comes out that's good. And Dumas Johnson's a good one as well. So
yeah, I believe he's from Georgia. He transferred from Georgia this offseason. I could be wrong. Hold on, let me double check. Yes, he was the inside linebacker for Georgia last year and went to Kentucky. So there's. If you love the Georgia Bulldogs on the Philadelphia Eagles, vote for my team, man.
There you go. Nice angle.
And then here's your draft. Your first 2 picks are really good. I think you've got an edge one. I think Abdul Carter has an immense ceiling. Yeah. Definitely a home run swing that I could easily see Howie Roseman doing. Mitchell Evans, it's time to start thinking about tight end 1 on the Eagles down the road.
Yeah,
and I think he has that upside. I think he's going to be a high riser this year. He's a breakout star for 2024. Notre Dame doesn't have that many weapons on offense, so he's going to get a ton of targets. So Mitchell Evans is a name to watch. I've already played him in college football. He's a beast. Yeah. He's a beast. Yeah. Smile Munden Jr., very good athlete, little undersized. And then Rod Moore is a guy that is recovering from surgery. So I think 2024 is a little bit up in the air. I got to look into that a little more. I know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew he definitely got injured. I didn't think he was going to miss any significant time, but I certainly am not up to date probably on the Michigan Wolverines injury reports right now. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully he gets a significant portion of his season to play. So
yeah, he went down in spring practice.
Yeah.
It was an ACL injury.
Oh, was it? I didn't think I heard that. Oh.
But I'm trying to find at least a timetable here for him returning. I don't see one. But anyway, he's still a great talent.
Yeah. No, I like he must not have played enough. Yeah, probably. I mean, listen, that Georgia defense is always loaded and stacked. So
yep.
Obviously, you go ahead and you get yourself, we obviously went ahead and each one of us got an official Georgia Bulldog, and
yes, we did.
And listen, I think I grabbed 4 positions of need. I think we still need to kind of figure out the future at safety. Again, I love Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and Ed Reed Blankenship would still need to be the number 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a couple of options there of, are they corners? Are they safeties? Are they safeties? Are they corners? Like, you don't know what's going on. So, and then there's Sidney Brown too, who's got to come back and recover. And so a lot of question marks, and this early in the off season, it's hard to kind of tell how it'll all shake out. So,
yep. All right, so that wraps it up. We're gonna get ready to watch the Phillies this afternoon. Be sure to subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff, because we'll be putting my team versus Ryan's team for voting, and this will be our first one. We'll see who kind of starts off 2025 in the positive. We'll see. And I'm thinking it's going to be me. I'm feeling confident, Ryan. I'm feeling confident.
Well, listen. I will say
in 2024.
Yeah, I will say I leaned heavily on the pandering to the people with the Jeremiah Trotter.
Is there a that's the question? Who is Jeremiah Trotter?
Right. Well, listen, that is going to be my job to find that guy and pander with the best of them. I mean, listen, Bryce Harper takes pandering lessons from me, so I'll find that guy. Don't worry.
Yep. All right. Ryan basically took Trot Jr. in every single mock draft. And I
And I
swear,
want everyone.
look, I stood no chance. All right. But anyway, Ryan, anything you want to plug? Final thoughts?
I do. My final thought is last year, yes, I did draft Trot Jr. quite a bit, and guess what happened? We drafted him. So
You
just
drafted
saying.
it into existence.
I did. I mocked him into existence. So we need to do that. We need to find that player this year, and I will mock the crap out of him. But now these are always fun. This is kind of like the kickoff, to thinking about the draft and thinking about prospects, and that's what's going to be great about this show is as we go along, into the season, we're going to be talking about these guys and talking about Eagles prospects and what their fit might be, and that's the fun of this show. That's what I love talking about, and it kind of gets me into that mindset. So come along, follow us. Make sure you're following him on X. Make sure you're following me and Edge of Philly Sports and all 5 million social media platforms. Just make sure you're following it and hit that share button. That's the best one to hit. Share it with your friends. We got like 40 shows a week. You'll find something. Let me tell you, you'll find something. So, Edge of Philly Sports, where's that?
Awesome, man. I started again now that summer league's over and like Sixers off season is basically over. Started up again on my individual scouting reports. I put up 5 yesterday, mostly quarterbacks. Go check that out for the 2025 NFL draft. I'm putting out 5 more today, and I'm probably gonna, because now I have 2 weeks off of work. I'm in that lull period. I work in education, so I have a couple weeks off here before heading back to the office. But I'm going to try and pump out as many NFL draft scouting reports as possible. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, awesome.
And we are going to be doing these every Sunday nights. There will be a Phillies post game right after the 9th inning here against the Guardians. Hopefully they get the W. And then tomorrow night at 9:00, we will have Party on Broad. We have a great guest. We're going to be breaking down position winners and losers so far, biggest standouts, takeaways. It's going to be a lot of fun. One last time, he is Ryan Reese at Philly Sports PSA. I am Dives, Mr. Crockpot. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay awesome.